Look down for a second. Right now, you're wearing clothes, and that makes you part of the only species on Earth that does. No other animal dresses itself. Not one. So here's a question almost nobody asks. When did humans first start covering up, and why? The answer is far stranger than you'd expect, and it comes from a deeply unsettling place, a parasite that has been living on us the entire time. Clothing feels so obvious that it seems like it must have always been there. But it's a human invention, one of our oldest, and for the longest time, no one could figure out when it began. The problem is simple: clothes don't fossilize. The first clothing was animal hides and plant fibers, and those rot away to nothing within a few thousand years. So almost no direct evidence survives in the ground. We can dig up stone tools that are millions of years old, but the shirt on your back, that kind of material vanishes. For decades, the question seemed unanswerable. Until someone found a clue hiding in our own bodies. The trick was this: if clothing itself leaves no trace, then you find something that does, something whose entire existence depends on clothes being worn. And it turns out, such a thing exists. It's small, it's been quietly riding along on humans for ages, and most people have no idea it holds the answer. Here's the clue: lice. One very particular kind. Most lice live in your hair. You've probably heard of head lice. But there's a second kind that's completely different. It doesn't live on your skin, and it doesn't live in your hair. It lives only in clothing, tucked into the fabric, the folds, the seams. It's called the body louse, and it cannot survive without clothes to live in. Now think about what that means. This louse only exists because clothing exists. It has nowhere else to call home. So it could never have appeared until the day humans first started wearing clothes. And that is the trick. Scientists worked out how long this clothing-dwelling louse has been around, and because it can't exist without clothes, its age tells us, roughly, how long humans have been wearing them. The answer: around 170,000 years ago. That date is staggering, and far older than you might think. Because the first clothes were nothing like what you're wearing. The oldest sewing needles we've ever found are only about 40 to 50,000 years old. So for over 100,000 years before that, clothing meant simple animal hides, draped and wrapped around the body, no stitching, no tailoring. And the timing lines up with something huge. It's right around when humans began pushing into colder parts of the world. Here's the irony. Millions of years earlier, our ancestors had evolved to shed their body hair. And then, when the cold came for us, we put the fur right back on, only this time, it belonged to someone else. But clothing was never really about comfort. It was one of the most powerful technologies our species ever created. A naked human body is pathetically fragile. Drop it into an ice age, a northern winter, a mountain night, and it dies in hours. But a human wrapped in hide survives. Clothing became a kind of portable climate. We could carry warmth with us wherever we went. We were no longer trapped in the warm regions where we evolved. We could walk into freezing, hostile lands that should have killed us, and live. Without clothing, humanity might have stayed stuck forever in a narrow, warm band of the planet. With it, we spread to nearly every corner of the Earth. So the next time you get dressed without a second thought, remember what you're actually doing. You're using a survival technology almost 200,000 years old, the invention that turned a fragile, furless ape into a creature that could live from the burning desert to the frozen Arctic. We didn't evolve thicker skin or warmer fur to survive this planet. We made our own, and we wrapped ourselves in it. Clothing wasn't a luxury, it was the thing that set us loose on the world. And the only reason we know any of it is a tiny parasite that's been hiding in our clothes the entire time, keeping our secret for us. This is part of a series tracing where our everyday habits really came from. So tell me what's next. When did humans start cooking? When did we start talking? Drop it in the comments, and I'll dig it up.